Welcome to toy-polloi.
Hello and welcome to another video from toy-polloi, and today we're going to take a look at the Power Lords toy line Adam Power, produced by Revell back in 1982.
Power Lords,
extraterrestrial warriors.
I am Lord Power, leader of the Lords. Griptog and Roygoth are attacking. We must help Psyduck defend Balkan Rock. Power Lords.
Griptog has 4 fists. Psyduck is finished. It's Lord Power. He zapped Griptog's head. But Arcus has Psyduck.
Power Lords.
Adam Power, Psyduck, Griptog, and Arcus are each sold separately from the Power Lords collection, new from Revell.
Now, Revell are not a company that I would normally associate with action figures or toys. They normally make model kits, and that's really how I would know them. But back in 1982 and 83, they produced the Power Lords line of toys to go along with a very short-lived DC comic about the Power Lords. Now, in front of me here we have Adam Power. He is the leader of the Power Lords, and he's probably the most common figure you'll find if you're going to try and collect these toys. He is the one you will see most often. So first up, let's take a look at the card for Adam Power. So here we have the card. On the front you can see there's a really nice illustration on the side of the changeable part of Adam Power. That's because Adam Power, although you see him here as a normal looking human being, he does turn into Lord Power with a little nifty trick that I'll show you in a minute. Now the front of the card just has that bit of information there, the figure, and you can see that there is a sticker here that says it contains the free Power Lords sticker inside, and we can actually get to that sticker because this card here is slightly cracked on the side, and with a little bit of fiddling I can pull the sticker out and you can see this is the sticker that you would have got for Adam Power, which is a nice sticker showing the image that is on the side there. Now I'm going to put that back in because I don't actually want to lose it, and once this sticker is out it's a little bit of a pain. But that is really all that you would get here. There's also a little leaflet just to for a fan club that you can join to get a few more bits of information, but it really isn't much. And on the back of the card it shows you all the figures that you could get in this first wave of the toy line. There was a second wave which are much harder to find, but you can see at the top we have Adam Power, who turns into Lord Power. Then we have Shea, the Queen of Power, Psydot, Arcos, Roygoth, Griptog, and then there's a couple of ships, the Power Ship and Trigor, and a little playset, the Vulcan Rock there. Now there is a little bit more information at the bottom. It tells you that Adam Power, the leader of the Lords, he was born on Earth and he uses an ion blaster gun. A hero of incredible strength, Adam absorbs the cosmic energy of the Power Jewel to magically change himself into Lord Power, leader of the Power Lords. He protects and defends both the humanoid and extraterrestrial galaxies and uses Vulcan Rock as his secret stronghold. So there's quite a lot of information there. Some toys didn't really give you much, but at least it gives you a little bit of a backstory there. But really the most important thing is the figure. So let's take a look at Adam Power and see the little gimmick that he comes with. So here we have Adam Power, and he's got a bit of a pained expression on his face. It looks like he's in some severe pain really, and it's a bit of a strange sculpt, I have to say. I've always thought that he looks a little bit weird and a little bit sort of anxious, but that is what he's supposed to look like, and he does look a little bit like that in the comic as well. But he has a gimmick, and there's a button on his back, and if you press the button his torso will flip round and you can see that he is now the Power Lord. It's a double-sided figure. Even his hands have extra thumbs. If you look there you can see he's got the thumb on both sides so that you can have him facing either way. Now the action feature on this is that you should press a button. As you can see here, this one doesn't work. I have another Power Lord of Adam Power here, but this guy's in pretty beat up condition, which is why I don't want to show him as my main figure. But you can see if I press the button on the back he will flip around. This one, the action feature actually works quite nicely. But more often than not, if you're going to collect these, this is how your Adam Power will look. The paint application on his face is very easily damaged. You can see this guy's got a lot of wear on his face, and if we turn him around to show the Power Lord face, again it's pretty beaten and worn. So you'll more often than not find them like this. But let's go back to the one that I have that actually has reasonable paint. The turning around effect on this is actually quite good. It's a nice idea and not one I've seen before. And actually all the toys in this line have some sort of gimmick like this, but this one works particularly well. The fact he does have an extra thumb on his hand makes him look a little bit odd, but it's all nicely jointed so you can actually pose either one of the sort of upper torso bits and it still looks good. So if we pose him like that, you can see his arms bend quite nicely, and if we turn him round back to Adam Power, we can rotate the arms and they still pose pretty nicely. I just got to swap the gun round onto the other hand. So it's a feature that does work particularly well. And Revell, I would say I've looked through all of my toys and this is the only Revell toy that I have in my collection. I can't see any others that they produced. So I think this was their one and only chance at making a toy line. It obviously didn't take off, and so they didn't bother producing any more and just carried on making model kits. The weapon is a little bit of an odd one on this toy because it has lots of little handles on it, but really you can only hold the gun in one way. If you try and hold the gun with the sort of far tab that's on it, it doesn't really hold very well. It tends to fall out. So the only one that works is this one in the middle, and you can slot that in between the extra thumb and the original thumb, and then that's held quite nicely. It does look like you should be able to sort of hold the front little handle there in the other hand, but because of the way these arms are articulated, you can't actually ever get the gun into that position. So really that's just for show. Now if you want to collect these figures, they are not the easiest of things to find. They don't come up that often, and I think it's just because people don't really know what they are. If you look on eBay, people have listed a few of them and they are asking some crazy prices for them, but if you hunt around and wait long enough, you can pick them up cheap, just sort of here and there. I've picked up both of these loose Adam Powers for under £5, and I even picked up the gun for £1, so you can find them. And I have to say a big thank you to Rich Adams, who very kindly sold me the carded version here. It's not an amazing condition card, but I don't really mind that. I just like the fact that it's still carded and you get to see the nice artwork, because quite often with the cards the artwork is what makes them, so even a beaten up card will look quite good on display. So I hope you found my review of this figure interesting. He really isn't the most amazing of figures, but I do quite like him, and it's quite advanced for the time. Considering this figure was made in 1982, it's quite an advanced figure and there's quite a lot of detail going on, and the construction of it is pretty good. It's a shame that this one has a broken mechanism, but at some point I may try to fix it, because obviously this one still works, and I'm sure with a little bit of tinkering I can get them apart and we can work out why that is broken. So thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching toy-polloi. Subscribe for more great videos. You can also follow toy-polloi on Twitter and Facebook.